We are taking a live look over downtown Knoxville tonight. Tavian is with us again. Tavian, more rain is expected throughout the week. When will it end? And will we ever see any relief?
Unfortunately, Caitlin, I think part of it is going to also be an effect that we're seeing from El Nino. There's been a shift in our pattern that has been very, very wet. We were dry for a long time period, especially the month of May. And as we've seen these growing effects over the past couple of weeks, we've watched a lot of extra moisture coming to the area that has made a lot of these daytime summer afternoon storms possible. And it's definitely not anyone's favorite thing ever. Definitely not mine either, to say the least. But right now, we're actually seeing some clear conditions. This is one of the first times where, at least that I can remember, that we're seeing these storms really back off in real time compared to what we were seeing in models a couple of hours beforehand. So you see this line of storms tracking through middle Kentucky. That's what has been trying to work its way towards us. But as you can see with this little bit right here, a lot of the systems that come into our area fall apart. We take it out a little bit. We can watch the greater system right now, this low pressure system dragging its way through the Midwest. So we've got still a couple places that have those severe thunderstorm warnings in place as you get into parts of Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky, even on the other side of the mountains getting into the Carolinas and southwestern Virginia. There were some spots here in Middle Tennessee around Nashville that were showing some of those warnings, but along with them, we ended up letting that severe thunderstorm watch go because the systems just have not really been following up. Now, this was the updated severe potential as of about 8 p.m. that eliminated that level 3 risk of storms. That I figured with that, our tornado risk definitely went away, but it's really starting to seem like storms as a whole are showing to be much lighter. Even as we get into Monday as well, only seeing that level 1 for the southern half of our region for some of these storms that could come into the area. So I'll give you a look at what we're looking at the Futurecast, because this has really backed off in terms of what we can see in terms of this overnight rainfall. A lot of it, again, just tracking further off into our north and just not showing much as we get to these morning hours. So a lot of the showers that could come into the area, they're likely showing that they could be strong to severe, but a lot of them likely not being very large or even lasting very long. But we do have the possibility of seeing some morning time storms come into the area. It's looking like it'll be a couple of small scatters come through, and then things seem a lot drier as we get through the rest of the day. Once we get through Monday in the middle of the week, we see a lot of those rainstorms tracking further down into the south. So what we're seeing right there on Monday could be pretty similar as we get into parts of your 4th of July Tuesday and even your Wednesday before we see things start to calm down a little bit as we get from Wednesday into Thursday. But that won't be the end, because we'll be looking at another system. So when it comes to these rain chances, I put down a lot of 30s. Didn't realize that they'd all be back to back, but just a lot of these days between a lot of our models, some are a lot more aggressive and wetter, where others at the same time will seem bone dry. So with things being so uncertain with what we have right now, really hoping these models kind of start to pull themselves together over the next coming days so that we can get a better idea of what we're looking at over these next couple of days. Now, we are still going to be seeing a lot of moisture, which is part of the reason that a lot of these models are still giving us these storms coming into the region. We're still going to be seeing very high dew points and humidity in the upper 60s to the lower 70s as we get through the week. So we're still going to be dealing with these nasty, muggy, sticky conditions through the days, but temperatures are finally going to cool down for a little bit. We'll get out of the 90s for a hot while, staying into the upper 80s, which is average on the dot as we get through much of this week. We could see a little bit of compressional heating on your Thursday, but there actually is another frontal system that will come on Friday that we could be seeing as we get towards the weekend. So here's a closer look at that Futurecast. You're seeing, again, only a couple of showers moving through the area. This model is taking things very light as we get into the morning. But I'll wrap it all up with your 7-day forecast. We're going to be seeing overall some clearer conditions than what we've been seeing as of late. So I know last week was very, very hot and dry at some points, but we still saw some of those storms come through. This week is showing to be a little bit cooler for sure, that much I can say. Temperatures in the lower 80s, even heading into your 4th of July weekend. And again, those very low rain chances that you're seeing are going to be from some daytime heating showers, Caitlin. So to answer your question, we're still kind of in the mix for now.
Good to know, Tavian. Thank you so much. Well,